Hi guys, welcome back to the desktop for another rules breakdown, and today we're going to be covering Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 2nd edition. Now this came out by Green Ronin and Black Industries in 2005 and features a slightly updated version of the original 1st edition rule set. Now there's some differences, which is why I think it's worthwhile doing a separate rules breakdown for 2nd edition than 1st, but in many ways it's very compatible. Now if we open up to the sample character sheet on page 23, it's not really much of a character sheet, but it's enough for our purposes. It's very small, so I'll lift it up. We can see the skills here. So at the top we've got Charm and Command there, both of which use Fellowship. So we can zoom over here and we can see the character's Fellowship is 36%. So we are rolling those skills and we're trying to get under 36%. So we roll, and we get 0-3, so we succeed. If we rolled over 36, we'd have failed. Now, where 2nd edition differs from 1st edition was as you go through careers, if you encounter the same skill over, you can buy it 2nd and 3rd times. And if you buy it a 2nd time, you get a bonus 10%. If you buy it a 3rd time, you get bonus 20%. So you can actually increase your skills in 2nd edition, whereas 1st it was always based on your attribute. So if you want to be good at a skill, you had to make a high attribute as well. Now initiatives are relatively easy. It's just a matter of your agility plus a d10. So if we look down here, we can see the AG column, he has 40%. So he has an agility of 40, and we roll a d10. We get a 2. So this character goes in 42. They go after anybody in 43, they go before anybody in 41. It's that simple. But in every round, everybody gets one action. So if we flick on to page 127, we can see a breakdown of what you can do in an action. You can aim for half an action. You can cast, depending on which takes depending on the spell. A charge action, charge attack is a full action. Disengage is a full action. A move is a half action. Ready is a half action. Reload varies on the weapon. Stand mount, half action. Standard attack, half action. Swift attack, full action. Use a skill varies on the skill. All out attack is a full action and you gain plus 20% weapon skill bonus. Defensive stance, you get minus 20% to opponent's chance to hit you. Parrying stance, delaying, etc. Now, the difference between the different attacks here, a standard attack, for example, takes a half action, but you're only allowed to attack once in a round. So even though it's only a half action, you can't do 2 standard attacks to get 2 attacks in a round. You can standard attack and you can move, or stand up or mount a horse, but you can't do 2 standard attacks. But swift attack, being a full action, and all-out attack being a full action plus 20%. Swift attack allows you to use your attacks attribute. So if we look at this character's attacks, the A column, we can see they get 2. So by using their swift attack, they get to make 2 attacks in a round. Normally they'd get to only make 1, a standard attack or an all-out attack at plus 20%. But using swift attack, they get to make 2 attacks in a round. And if they increase their attacks by changing their career, they can make 3 attacks per round. Now to hit in combat's really straightforward. If we go back to the character here, we can see the character has weapon skill and ballistic skill at 30 and 42. So to hit with a weapon, with a sword or a dagger or whatever, they have a 30% chance to hit. To hit with a bow or throwing a weapon, they've got a 42% chance to hit. You roll, they get 27, so they hit. Now, in combat, you can use your action to parry as well. And if you succeed your parry roll, basically you block anybody attacking you. However, if you're carrying 2 weapons and you've got a weapon in your offhand, you get to make a free parry. So you get to attack and you get to parry. And if you've got multiple attacks, you can make multiple attacks and one parry, or swap those attacks for parries if you're getting attacked by multiple opponents. Now, much of the damage in Warhammer is based on the character's strength. So we look on the character sheet here, and we can see the character's strength bonus, SB, is 3. So they do automatically 3 points of damage. Now that's based on the weapon they use. So if we turn to page 108, we can see that melee weapons here do strength bonus and plus or minus an amount. So a flail, for example, does strength bonus +1, but a dagger does strength bonus -3. Well, 3 minus 3 is 0, but all damage is d10 based. So we roll a d10, we get a 4. If they're using a dagger, then their strength bonus -3 equals 0, so they've done 4 points of damage. Now, against a character gets to take their armor off it. So we've got armor points here. So somebody wearing a leather jerkin gets 1 point. Once you get up to a mail shirt, it's 2 points. Now, remembering that armor does reduce your agility by 10%, so that could matter. But going back to the character sheet, so let's say they're wearing a mail jerkin, they've just taken 4 points of damage. So they've got 2 off their mail jerkin, and they've got a toughness bonus of 3. I'll lift it up again so we can see. Toughness bonus of 3. So they've got 5 armor, they only took 4, so they take no damage from this hit. Now, any damage that does get through comes straight off a character's wounds. So this character has 10 wounds, so they can take up to 10 points of damage. However, at 0, they don't actually fall over. They start to take critical hits. Now, if we flick over here, you can see the critical hit table. So, if you have taken more than 1 point past 0, then you're rolling on this column, up to 10 columns past 0, or 10 points past 0. You're rolling on different critical hit. So, let's say the character had been hit, and they were down to -3 hit points. So they're rolling on column 3. So we roll a d100, and we roll 90 exactly. So column 3, that's a 5. So we go over to the critical hit tables on the next page, and they'll get a 5. So if they get hit on an arm, arm incapacitated and medical attention is received. Anything held in this hand is dropped. If they were hit on a leg, knocked to the ground and dazed, characters' tests and attacks are at a -30 penalty for 1 round. He must use a stand action to regain his feet. Head, knocked to the ground and dazed. All his tests and attacks suffer a -30 penalty for 1 round. He must use a stand action to regain his feet. And body, knocked to the ground and badly wounded. All tests -30 penalty for 1 round. He must use a stand attack to regain his feet. And as you can see on the critical hit table, as you go more past 0, you're rolling on higher and higher amounts, and number 10 in each one is killed in whatever spectacular and gore-drenched fashion the player or GM cares to describe. So you can take major amounts of damage and roll on the critical hit, and only until you roll a 10 on the critical hit table, so basically you are at least -4 hit points, do you stand a chance of dying. Now, healing back up is a matter of resting. Basically, you heal 1 hit point per day for resting. But you can be medicaled, and obviously there's magic in the world, so you can be treated back. But basically, natural healing is 1 point per day. And advancement. If we go over to page 27, we can see this is all based around the careers. So, you spend experience increasing 100 XP for a 5% increase to a characteristic on your main profile, or an increase of 1 to a characteristic on your secondary profile. You can also buy skills, buy a talent, 100 XP, buy a skill, 100 XP, plus 10% skill mastery, 100 XP, enter a new career, 100 XP, switch to a non-exit basic career. So, if you're an agitator here, you pay out 100 XP to get a +5 to your weapon skill, to your ballistic skill, to your agility, to your intelligence, which you can buy twice, your fellowship you can buy twice. You can buy up your wounds, and that's the only one on the secretary profile you can buy up. You can then buy the skills, or you can buy yourself out of the career, taking a career exit of charlatan, demagogue, outlaw, politician, rogue, or zealot. And obviously you can go through the careers. When you go into a new career, you can learn things from that as you get more experience, and then exit out of that career, pathing through and advancing your character by learning more from each career and gaining more skills and gaining access to the advanced careers. What must be noted, though, is once you've had a +5 from being an agitator, it doesn't matter what career you get. You know, the ballistic skill of boatman and the ballistic skill of an agitator are just +5. They don't add as you go into the new career. However, the boatman has a +10. So if you're taking a +5 from agitator and then you end up later as a boatman, you can take another 5 from that. Which is why the advanced careers tend to have larger bonuses. So we can see the captain here is a +30% for weapon skill, +20% for ballistic skill. He has +2 attacks and +7 wounds, because he gets a lot more chances to advance and will have taken advancements from lower careers that he had before. So that is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 2nd edition. It's a very nice improvement to the original. I don't like the fact that they've cut a lot of the background out, but the rules are a lot better, compensating for a lot of the problems in the 1st edition, having learned from the mistakes of that. Anyway, I think I've gone on for quite long enough, as usual. Please like, subscribe and comment below, as it does me massive favours with the YouTube algorithm. But, as usual, most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.